How do you like to water your garden? Do you use a hose or a sprinkler, drip irrigation, drip lines, soaker hoses, watering can, a bucket? Do you not water at all? Today I want to talk about one of the most optimal ways to water your garden. Drip irrigation is the way to go. It's the most efficient way to get water to the soil on a deep level. It's going to soak in slowly and deeply over time, and that's going to be more efficient. You're not going to have evaporation that you would get from a sprinkler. And if you're watering with a hose or some other type of hose-in sprinkler, just keep in mind that water is not really penetrating that deeply. Test it out. Water the soil, water your raised bed for a few minutes, and then investigate. Take your garden trowel and open up the soil and see how deep it penetrated. Once you get your hands on one of these component drip systems and get to working with it a little bit, get some experience, it becomes a whole lot easier. I like the drip irrigation for my configuration. It works really well. I have one emitter, which is a little button that goes into the drip line that disperses 2 gallons of water per hour, and I have one every square foot in my raised beds. All my raised beds are 4 feet by 8 feet, so I have 32 of the 2 gallon per hour emitters in each bed. At my hose bib, I've made something to lessen the stress and the pressure on the line, and from there I have a splitter, and one goes to the hose that I use for my watering wand and my hand watering, and then the other one goes to a timer. From there you've got a backflow preventer, a pressure regulator, a filter, and then it goes out to a 4-way splitter that I move within my garden. And from that 4-way splitter I have 4 6-foot hoses. We've got those quick connect adapters on the end of each one of those lines, and they just snap on the manifold that I have in place in each one of my raised beds. So each one of my raised beds has 4 lines and then a T where I can snap on the water source. You want to go for deeper, longer soakings in the garden. That's going to promote a deeper, more well-developed root system. Shallow watering promotes a shallower root system. That makes it more susceptible to stress, and it's not going to be as hardy. It's not going to be able to go in between periods of drying out as well as something that has been established deeply. Those are my quick tips for irrigation in the vegetable, herb, and flower garden. You have some choices to make. Look into the drip irrigation system. It is much easier, much more efficient, and much more worthwhile of your time and investment if you can swing it. So check it out. I'll see you in the garden next time. Keep it organic.